I'm telling you, Massachusetts weather made a break in its sloppy, wet messiness of a spring. Massachusetts rolled out the red carpet for the eclipse because look, again, gray, cloudy. The 10, 14 days before the eclipse, well, we got snow on April 4th. It was snow in April. And then it was just miserable hail, rain, sleet. Gross. And then the eclipse happens. Here's my conspiracy. The weather wanted, the eclipse to get the red carpet treatment. The weather. The atmosphere was like, yo, bow down to the eclipse. Everybody step aside. Because the eclipse, beautiful day. 60-something, sunny, a little bit of haze, but essentially you could see the sun the whole time. And now the eclipse is over. It's back to 30s, rain, misery, gross. This spring sucks. Welcome to the podcast. I just wanted to bring up the weather because I thought it was suspect. Yeah, a little suspect, Mother Nature. That for the entire month of March into April, it's been raining, except for the day of the solar eclipse. Totality! Path to totality! It's my new heavy metal song. Path to totality! Path to totality! Anyways. You're a little suspect, Mother Nature. Oh, Mother Nature. Hit subscribe for more theories on Mother Nature. I'm the only one who has conspiracy theories on Mother Nature. Where else are you going to get those? So hit subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm Rob. Welcome to the live stream. I do it every weekday, sometimes twice a day, and sometimes on the weekends. But I can only give you my word that I'll go every weekday, 5 days a week. That's my word. And I ain't got much, so my word means something to me. And even though it has been a hectic week, I'm making time for you every day. And plus, to subscribe, it's free for you. And it means the world to me. It's been a very difficult, trying time. In this little live stream creating on YouTube. I mean, it's my passion, number one. Even if I hit the lottery, I'd still be doing this every day. Well, then I would be doing it every day because I wouldn't have to, run around in the rat race of capitalism. But I love doing this. And this has really been such an amazing little oasis for me away from the stress of everyday life. And when I see more subscribers, thank you to people joining the family, joining in solidarity. Thank you very much. You are the silver lining. You are the palm trees, the fresh crystal spring on my oasis. You, the new subscribers, salute. Thank you. So if you could hit subscribe, it means the world to me. And again, it's just all you do is press that little button. Oh, and then press it again and hit the notification. So that way, if I go live in the morning, noon, night, whenever, late at night, before midnight, I try to get them in, you'll get notified. And then you can join up in the live stream. And I love when people chat. I love when people leave comments, hit the like button. We're going to get into the internet's nutrition labels. Don't worry. I should have mentioned that before 4 minutes in. I'm sorry if you joined in. You were like, internet nutrition labels? What the? Well, you know how if you go to the store and you buy, a box of donuts, it's going to tell you how fat you're going to get. I wish nutrition labels could get a little sassy. They were like, if you're already pushing 2 bills, this box ain't for you. Or if you consider this box a single serving, you need to consult your doctor. Those would be my nutrition label. And what's stopping these companies from doing that? Companies like Snapple always put these little facts on it. And are we ever fact-checking Snapple? Are Snapple facts misinformation or are they true? And do Snapple facts change over time with the new information we've gained through the bounds of science? Leaps and bounds of science have discovered new information. So are all the Snapple facts still true? Nobody fact checks those. Nobody's doing that. an apple all willy-nilly, just pretending like they're the encyclopedia of drinks. Come on, you Snapple. So what is stopping companies from saying, like, you know, if one sleeve of Oreos is a single serving for you, like, consult your local doctor, fatty boomba laddie. Which, let's be honest, for me, a sleeve of Oreos, yeah. Though I don't like the cookie part of the Oreos. I just like to scrape that, whatever it is, that artificial frosting filling, whatever that is. I usually scrape about 3 to 4 of those out, and then I use the crack part. When the Oreo's about that big, size of my head, that's a perfect Oreo. Mega double stuffed my ass, okay? I put 5, 6 of those mega double stuffed together, make one Oreo. I make one Oreo about half a sleeve. So that way, technically, I'm only having 2 Oreos. There's your health hack for the day. And then if the doctor ever asks you, you eat a lot of Oreos? You look like you eat a lot of Oreos. You go, you tell them, I have 2. I can have 2 at a time. I have 2 for a serving. You don't tell them how big the 2 are. You don't tell them you scrape the mega double stuffs into 2 single Oreos. So the thing looks like, you know, one of those Cake Boss frickin' cakes. You don't tell them that, okay? That's our secret. It's my little life hack. Anybody ever goes, you can't eat that many Oreos. You go, I only eat 2. They'll never ask you how tall the Oreo is. You never tell them, like, you know, the Oreo is 6 inches tall. That's how there's 5.5 inches of frosting in that Oreo. But let's be honest, the cookie part, the chocolate cookie part is junk. It's rubbish. It just gets stuck in your teeth. It's only there so you can hold the other part of the Oreo. What were we talking about anyways? Nutrition labels on the internet. So you know how food has nutrition labels to let you know your fat content, your sugars, your salt, your sodium, your proteins. Why don't they make protein Oreos? Huh? I'm gonna have to relabel this podcast because YouTube is notoriously judge a book by its cover, not never judge a book by its cover. I'm gonna have to relabel this the 2 Oreo trick. The 2 Oreo trick. I knew some girls named that in high school. Anyways, the 2 Oreo trick. Hit subscribe. Ample thought. Need some protein. Rubbo. Nah, man, you just missed a delicious... I just taught people how to only have 2 Oreos and get away with it by telling people I only eat... Everybody, notoriously, the most said thing in America when you bring up Oreos, everybody goes, oh, 1 sleeve is 1 serving. Well, I just taught people how to only eat 2 Oreos is 1 serving. You stack those centers about 6 inches high. Mega double stuffed. You just stack them on top of each other till they're that big. Till they're half a sleeve each. And then technically you're only having 2 Oreos. But today is the day. Or maybe it was yesterday, the 10th. April 10th, maybe it was yesterday. That ISP, internet service providers, have to put nutrition labels. Can't be done 2 sleeves is a serving size. Usually people say 1 sleeve is a serving size, but I'll go with you on 2. Then you have to have 4 Oreos. You literally scrape all the insides until you just use the 8 tops and bottoms to make 4 cookies. Because let's be honest, I can't eat single Oreos. You just can't. The cookies are so disgusting. The cookie part. I only like that artificial filling, whatever that is. It's probably drugs. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Sugar Ray Leonard. The thing isn't charging because the car's not on. So now today, which I think is amazing, and I think everything should have to do this. I think cell phone companies should have to do this. I think food already does it. I think any kind of like car, if you get a loan for your car, the 3, 5, 7 year, I think they all should have the nutrition labels. So if you saw the thumbnail, That's what they're going to look like, I'd imagine. And they have to be easily accessible. They have to be through your like customer portal. And what it's going to describe is not only like the taxes, the hidden fees, but this is the kicker for me, is like they'll tell you like you lock in this rate for a year, and they don't tell you what after a year the rate is. But all of a sudden you just, and this is what these companies prey on. They prey, not P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y. They prey on you that you're going to forget, that you won't realize it, and then you just keep paying that bill. That's why they love the auto-enrolled, paperless, wireless, just do it, pay it, bill, set it and forget it. The Ron Popeil, set that shit and forget it. And we hope you forget how much we're charging you and you don't realize it. That's what these capitalists love. And then after a year, you don't realize, like, yo, I'm a little bit broker. And this just happened to me with the cable company, which they didn't even honor the contract. I had to get the state involved because they had a guy come to my house for an entire month of August. Finally, I was like, all right, I'll do it because the deal was so good. And then I got my first bill and the deal did not match what the contract was. And I called them and I could not get in touch with them. I could not get in touch with the sales guy. And finally, I had to get the state involved. And when I got the state involved, I sent them pictures of the contract. I sent them pictures of my bill, which did not align. And I said, this is incredible, because if a cable company can sign a contract saying you're going to pay $89 a month, and then my first bill comes in, it's $119 a month. I said, if they just don't want to acknowledge it, then guess what? I don't want to acknowledge it. If we can have signed contracts that mean nothing, then go ahead. RCN, Astound Broadband, go ahead, charge me $119 even though the contract says $89. I'll pay $0, and that's my agreed price now, and you just have to keep my service on. But of course, that's not how things work. And they were notoriously hard to find. And then there was some guy they finally sent me to who like kind of agreed on it, and I still have never paid the $89 and change. And what are you going to do? That's what these companies say. What are you going to do, huh? What are you going to do? Get your service somewhere else? There's no other cable companies in town. Piss off. You have to deal with it. America, no monopolies. Please hit subscribe. I go live every weekday and I bring you this kind of personal life stories connected to what's going on in the news, connected to let's make fun of my life because it's kind of sad, connected to I hope you learned something. Let my suffering not be in vain. So please hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I give you my word. I'm going live 5 days a week. Shit is hectic in my life, and I'm making time for you because I love you. And I thank you for all the people who have subscribed. Salute to you. You have been the silver lining, the crystal clear creek in my oasis. I salute you. So I think these cable companies should have these nutrition labels, and by law they have to today, because I went through that and it was a nightmare. And then just recently I called them back because I was like, how come my bill is going up again, you crooks? And they said, well, now the rental equipment that you use, the modem, the price has gone up from this. And they were basically like saying like, the stuff you rent from us, the price has gone up. And my question to them was, why? And they were like, well, because it has. And then I asked the guy on the phone with, I said, has your pay gone up? And he said, no. And I said, did you send us new equipment that is worth more? And he said, no. And I said, so why are you charging me more? And I think he realized like, oh shit, the company's just charging him more because they can. Ample thought, yeah, he'll even ignore his other podcasts with his buddy. Ample thought, hey man, don't you do that to me. You've been busy. And I respect that. So these companies, and that was like kind of appalling to me, because I had no idea that even though they wouldn't send me new equipment, the equipment I have works fine, they would just charge me more for the same equipment. There's like internet routers didn't get more expensive, doesn't get them more, they literally have no more expense from the 3 years ago that I got this equipment. It does not cost them more, they're just charging me more. Under the guise of inflation, I'm guessing, even though it's greedflation. Same exact product, they just want to charge more. They could not explain like, oh, the internet signal got heavier and we need to make sure the oil to transport that to you, you know, yada, 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 all the bullshit they feed people that these people eat it up. Like, listen, this is going to one guy's pocket and that guy's at the top. The old Irish style guilt tripping, Ample thought. Appreciate you. So these internet providers now, internet service providers, and again, I always try to leave the article in the description so you can read this for yourself, so you can be aware of this stuff for yourself, so you can find out how this affects your day-to-day life. Maybe you're looking for a new cable company. I don't know if where you live you have like multiple options in your town, but most of Massachusetts, whatever town you live in, you have like one service provider. Which, when we used to interview the governor, I'd be like, how is that legal to have monopolies? He's like, there aren't monopolies. I was like, in my town, you get one internet service provider. That's it. And that's a monopoly. And you can look it up in the state bylaws, how they sign 50-year deals with internet service providers to be the only one in town, which is a monopoly. And the mayor didn't give a shit. I mean, the governor didn't give a shit. He's on the payroll. Follow the money. Shrinkflation, inflation, rapflation, outflation, por favorflation. I agree with you, man. Let's start guillotineflation, right? The sales are just crazy. Everybody, all the CEOs are losing their heads. That's my thing. Guillotineflation. Maybe that should be the titles. I'm bad at thumbnails. Pretty bad at life right now, but I'm trying to save you. That's what I'm doing. So these internet service providers are going to have to tell you, if they locked you into a certain unbelievable rate, but then like 3 months down the road that rate triples, and then all of a sudden the taxes and the fees for the equipment you're borrowing come in. That's what these nutritional labels on the ISPs, the internet server providers, are going to alert you to. So that way you can have it all out in the open. Because the way they used to do it is like hide it in the fine print, which, you know, my wife hates me for this, but I notoriously comb through the fine print, because I'm like, I know you're set up to fuck me somewhere. Pardon my language. OJ Simpson died. Yeah. I know. My wife was like, said that. I think my brother sent me something. I'm like, I don't care. I hope his casket looks like a white Ford Bronco. I just don't care. I think OJ is played out, if you ask me. Yeah. Oh, well. The only thing I have compassion for is his kids. Kids lost a mom and now a dad. God, tough life for them. And he didn't even think about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, OJ Simpson died. Wah, wah. What was I talking about? Sugar Ray Leonard. But yeah, these companies, you know, these companies are not, that's why I combed through the fine print, because couldn't have happened to a better guy. Brilliant comment. Love it. Love it, Ample Thought. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. So true. But yeah, so that's why I comb through the fine print, because these companies aren't set up to be your friends. Yeah, they got people on the front lines, these salespeople that want to like make you feel like, what's that Tommy Boy? I could crap in a box and put a guarantee on it, but it'd have to be your bull to stick your head in its ass. Or something loosely translated from Tommy Boy. But essentially that's all it is. Like, they want to make you feel warm and comfy. So 6 months down the road, when the sales guy ain't there and the VIP phone number is actually just bullshit customer service in another country, you're stuck, and you're damned if you do try to reach out to them. And at that point, they already got you as a customer. They already got your money. They don't care. And that's what I understand most of these companies are. All these companies went from the customer's always right to we value our employees to it's all about the shareholders meeting Wall Street's expectations. They say it in all their earnings calls if you're unaware. So just be aware of that. Follow the money. And the money usually goes to the top. They're not reinvesting it. They're not trying to provide a better service. Boeing and the train lines. Boeing's doors are falling off. Those people do not give a shit about flying. And flying is like the number one priority when you're flying. Oh my God. So I think, you know, nutrition labels should be on everything. Like Boeing's planes, they should say, like, just so you know, like, we underpaid people and we really needed to get this plane out the door. So there's a good chance the bolts and nuts might fall off the door, the emergency exit door. I think nutrition labels are great. We should put them on everything. I want to make blank nutrition label stickers so I can stick them on shit and fill it in myself. But I especially think if you're buying a car or a house, the nutrition label should come on the loan deal. The banks should be forced to put the nutrition label on these deals. And that way you understand the amount of interest you're paying over 30 years or 7 years. And you can understand that you have to pay down the principal separately. That can't just be an added payment altogether. You have to specify that you need to pay, you want to pay down the principal, and that will save you for the long-term interest payments. And these are things that people just maybe don't know, maybe don't recognize, maybe do know, but just don't pay attention to. And these nutrition labels, I think, are a brilliant thing, and we need to be pushing for more of it. And together, within Solidarity, we can do that. Sugar Ray Leonard, I gotta go do stuff, but maybe I'll jump on later. But I really think these nutrition labels are important, and if you're looking to switch cable companies or just wanting to shop around, keep an eye out for the nutrition labels. And if these cable companies ain't putting them on there, drop a dime. It's the only time I'll say drop a dime. If it's on a corporation, drop a dime, because they, by law, they need to be out there now. You know all the fees you're dealing with. You know over time how things are going to jump up on you. And these companies will play the cat and mouse game, and they'll try to work their way around it, and they'll fight it in court, and they'll try to not be upfront with you. But, you know, I always think that that's suspect. If they're not willing to be open and upfront with, you know, all the fees and costs, that's a little suspect. So I thank you so much for joining. For those who have subscribed, salute to you. You have been the silver lining for me. And to all the subscribers, the family, everyone joining in Solidarity, I appreciate you. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that little subscribe button. It's free for you. It means the world to me. I'm not joking. You have been the highlight, the crystal clear stream at my oasis. You've been the water of life. So I appreciate you. Thank you. And hit the notification bell. I give you my word, every weekday I will go live. I will bring you stuff like how to eat 2 Oreos, entire sleeve, and make it only 2 Oreos. I will teach you things like how to keep an eye out for the nutrition labels and how these companies try to screw you over like they did to me. Let my life experience be your learning thing. Don't suffer what I've suffered. That's my whole existence. Like, I've gone through so much. Let me share my wisdom, and please learn from me. Please learn from me. Please learn from my mistakes. There are so many. Oh, what is that one meme I seen that was so great? They're like, what have you... No, it was Graham Barrett on YouTube. He's like, people say, like, to make a lot of money, you got to make a lot of moves. He's like, I failed at 25 things today. What have you been up to? And I was like, I totally relate to that. I get that. I failed a lot this morning. It's only going to lead to success, right? That's what they tell you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you had a laugh. Thank you, Ample Thought, for chatting it up in the comments. Let's connect. And always read the fine print. Peace.